For people who are joining the live session for the first time, this is a series that I have been doing for the last 1 month, and the purpose of the series is to respond to questions, especially business-oriented questions, money and business-oriented questions that people sent. About 6 weeks ago, I created a post and I asked people to send in their questions on things that they will want me to share my thoughts on and some counsel. And a lot of people did send a lot of questions, more than 100 questions. So I've been doing these live sessions to answer as many of these questions as possible. So this is one of those live sessions today, Saturday. And hopefully in today's session, you're going to pick a couple of things that you can implement in your business to build a more profitable and sustainable business, or you can implement in your life to build a more thriving and, of course, growing career as a person, right? And of course, in the process of the live session, if you have questions that you would like me to share some thoughts about the things I'm talking about, you can drop them in the comment section and I will respond to them as time permits. So the first question I will be responding to today is from Jen Honora, and her question is a very pertinent question. Her question is, ways to improve my marketing skills, right? She's asking for ways she can improve her marketing skills. So sometimes I may read the questions directly, because when I ask people to submit a question, what I said was, if you had the opportunity to sit with me for 1 hour, what would you like me to teach you or show you? And she said, if she had that opportunity to sit with me for 1 hour, she will ask for ways that she can improve her marketing skills. And I'm sure if you run a business, marketing is one of those key elements in business that if you are getting it wrong, or you are not doing it right, or you are not doing it to the best capacity, your business can struggle. You cannot talk about revenue profitability without marketing. If you are going to succeed in business, one of those things that you must know and you must be good at is marketing. Whether your business is an informal business, a formal business, an SME, a large corporation, whatever level that you are in, marketing is one of those things that we must all do if we are going to succeed in business, right? And I always like to say that no matter how good you are, if nobody knows you, you will die a talented poor person, right? No matter how excellent your product is, no matter how amazing your services are, if people do not know about that product, if people do not know about that service, you will have an excellent service, but nobody is paying for it. You'll be a very skillful person. You'll be a very you'll be a good expert, an excellent expert in delivering that service, but yet you are not making money from that service, because that important piece that bridges the gap between the money and the value that you create is missing. Because creating value is one thing, but moving that value from where it has been created to where the value can be paid for and consumed, there are many things that happen within that gap. And one of the core things that happen within that gap is marketing. So this lady is asking me, what are the ways that she can improve her marketing skills. And I always like to say that nobody starts perfect in marketing. Marketing is one of those things in business that we keep learning on a daily basis. Nobody graduates in marketing. If you have been in business for 30 years, you will keep doing marketing for 30 years and you will keep learning about marketing for those 30 years. Because as long as there's competition coming into the market, as long as there are new players coming to the market, as long as the problems and the needs and the wants of the target market, as long as their needs are changing and their income level are changing and a lot of things are changing, you need to keep adapting your marketing strategies, right? So you never grow and graduate from marketing. It's a consistent process. But however, there are some things that if you're going to succeed in business and make good money, you need to be good at them in marketing. So if I was to talk to this lady one-on-one on how she can improve her marketing strategy and her marketing skills, I'll be sharing with her more practical things that she can do as a small business owner to improve her marketing and make more money from her products and services, right? So if you are here and you run a business, medium, small, startup, informal business, whatever, these are some things that I recommend that you start doing them practically, and if you do them consistently, you will be able to grow in your marketing skills in a very powerful way. Okay? Marketing is good to read marketing, but marketing is more powerful when you do it. You learn marketing more when you are in the process of it. For example, you cannot read about direct marketing. Direct marketing is when you move from door to door or office to office and begin to present your products. You cannot read about direct marketing and really know it. But when you begin to do it consistently, you become better at it. You become better at negotiation, presentations, influencing, and all of that because you are doing it, right? So if you are following this right now and you're struggling to make money from marketing, and marketing is something that is very powerful that, you know, I have developed hundreds of marketing strategies for different businesses around different countries, right? Hundreds of them. And one thing that I had to write this book, Skyrocket Your Profit. Skyrocket Your Profit. This book, I decided to document 30 marketing sales, marketing and sales strategies that you can just copy and paste and improve your business. So what I'm teaching here is not from the place of assumptions or guesswork or what I've read, right? These are things that I have done over the years, and I get paid designing marketing strategies for different companies and businesses, right? So for people who are in Europe, America, Middle East, you can order this book on Amazon and they'll deliver it to you. Okay, so if you're a small business owner, you're trying to build a business, or you're even in the medium stage or growing that business, here are a couple of things that I would recommend if you're thinking of growing your marketing strategy, because somebody who's thinking of improving marketing strategy is different from somebody who is already doing marketing strategy and they just need to maybe specialize in it or become high performers in it. Those are two different set of people, right? But for this lady, she's thinking of what can she do to really improve at it. Maybe she just have the basics, or maybe she has never read anything in marketing before, right? So number one, the first thing I'll recommend for her to do is let her, if you are one of those people, spend time and just read marketing. Just study the basics of marketing. What are the basics of marketing? Study things like what is a market, how to go to market, channels of marketing or different ways of marketing. Study, just have that. This is information that you can find on Google. Just go on Google right now and type what is marketing, right? After that, Google will give you what marketing is, the various definitions, what a marketing plan is, who a marketer is, who a marketing director is. Just have that information, right? I always teach people the foundation to be an industry captain, to be a top player in your industry, is for you to study the basics that govern that industry. It's for you to study the core values that governs that particular industry, right? Now, when you do that, I want to take you now from that theory now to practical things that I would recommend you to do from now if you want to improve your marketing. Number one, learn how to localize your marketing strategy. What is strategy in marketing? What are we going to do to get our product known to people, right? Strategy is just a big word, but let's talk about steps, action plan, structures, frameworks, etc., right? So the first thing you need to do is localize your marketing strategy. What does that mean? You see, if you are going to succeed in marketing, learn how to fit your marketing efforts into the context where you are, into the culture where you are, or targeting the consumers where you are. Don't try to market from what you see. No, market because of where you are. Many people get to mess it up. Sometimes when I see the people execute certain marketing strategies, one thing I can quickly notice is this marketing strategy is lacking context. And if your marketing efforts are taking into consideration context, they're looking at the culture of where you're marketing and the behavior of the people you're marketing to. These two elements will make it easy for you to contextualize your marketing efforts, and you will see the results. The way you can market in Lagos, in Nigeria, is not the same way you can market in Bamenda, Cameroon. And it's not the same way you can market in Atlanta, in Georgia, or in New York, or wherever you are. You need to understand the context, right? So if your small business at the moment is in a particular community in a bigger town, and if you want to target that community first before the bigger town, you can be like in Douala in Cameroon, and Douala is big, but your small business is starting and it can underserve people in Bonaberi. Your primary responsibility when you're trying to reach out to more people is to understand what is the local context in Bonaberi, what is the culture, and what is the behavior. So that even if you're sharing flyers, even if you're doing church to church, even if you're doing whatever, you're going to use that. For example, there was a company I designed marketing strategy for in Cameroon that in a particular locality, we had to do sharing of flyers, but in churches, because it was a very Christian driven community. So look, we took into consideration the culture of the people. There are some communities that if you go and share flyers in churches like the Catholic Church, the Baptist Church, and the Presbyterian Church, that product that you're marketing will spread the whole community overnight. But you need to take into consideration that local context. Right? Good. The second thing that you can do to improve your marketing, we cannot talk about marketing in this area without talking about utilizing social media. Cameroon and the rest of Africa has a growing number of social media users, right? And in whatever that you do as business, spending time to understand the marketing part of social media. I'm using marketing part intentionally. There are many people on social media that all they know how to do is snap a picture, post, and then comment on various posts and reply comments on their posts. That's all they know about social media. But that's just a very small piece of social media, right? So you need to study how to utilize social media as a marketer, as somebody who owns a business and is using social media as a channel to reach target customers, right? So you spend time to understand the analytics of these platforms, how they play, so you can, whatever you're doing, you can fit into what that platform is all about, and you will be able to market your product. And this reminds me, I was writing something, I will share that soon on my end of my pages. I was writing something and I said, if there's anybody in Africa who is unemployed and you're struggling to get a job, one thing I would recommend you to do is learn any digital skill. It's the fastest way to employment. It's the fastest way to self-employment, or for you to be employed by another company. And the funny thing is, digital skills like social media management or search engine optimization, you can start learning the basics or even to intermediate level on YouTube or on different free learning platforms. Okay, so utilize social media wisely. The third thing that you can do if you want to grow, improve your marketing, is do what they call collaborative marketing. Right? Collaborative marketing is where you team up with local businesses and influencers who align with the kind of business that you are doing. You can collaborate with them and be able to get the value, your product, your services out there. Because joint marketing efforts in small businesses are very powerful. Why? Because joint marketing efforts help you to tap into existing customer base quickly and effectively. Right? The challenging thing that we have, especially in Cameroon, Nigerians do this a lot. Right? Nigerians do this a lot. Nigerians practice a lot of collaborative marketing. I give that up for them. In Cameroon and a few other African countries, people don't collaborate a lot. Everyone wants to be a boss or a CEO, right? It's just a mindset thing. But if you are going to grow, you need to start thinking of collaborative marketing. For example, if, let me say, like these live sessions that I do, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, sometimes end of the month, some of the live shows get 5,000 views and all of that, which is not comedy, it's not entertainment, it's teaching, right? So, and maybe let's say a school, a university that is looking for students. If that university can decide and say, you know what, Joybert would like to partner with you with your free live sessions that you do on Facebook. That is a simple example of collaborative marketing. The secret is, when they partner with me, they will tap into existing customer base, which are the people that follow me and watch the videos that I share on YouTube and on Facebook. So, because collaborative marketing will teach you a lot in the process, and it will quickly help you to jump beyond your own customer base into another person's customer base. And that way now, you are able to market to more people and influence more people. Right? So you can start thinking of that. You can collaborate with local schools. You can even collaborate with churches. You just need to move to the people and discuss. Don't be afraid. The worst thing that anybody can say is no. They will not cut your head. One of the biggest challenges is that people get to be afraid to even take that bold step to do that. Okay? Good. The fourth or the fifth thing that I will share to that lady on how to improve her marketing in this dispensation is, let me come back to social media a bit, but to what they call content marketing. Content marketing. Content marketing is one of the most powerful marketing systems right now in this particular dispensation, right? Now, what is content marketing? Content marketing is when you create content that answers the questions your target audience is asking online. Let me say that again. Content marketing is when you create content that answers questions your target audience is asking online. So you create that content. Let's say for example, for those who follow me, I'm not sure, I don't remember the last time I've ever posted that hello everybody, I am a consultant, I am a coach, come and hire me to be your coach. I've never posted that. I don't market myself as a coach, as a consultant. That's what I do full time and I get paid for it. I use a lot of content marketing. What do? I just create content around the possible problems that people face. And when they see the competence of my content, they're the one that run to me. Say, okay, I saw this, or that's why content marketing also help in branding. Because when people read or listen to some of the things that you put out there as content, automatically in their head, they trust you as an expert around the thing you're talking about. So when they have a challenge in that area, they come to you and they just tell you their challenge and they need you to sell to them their solution. You get that explanation? Yes, so content marketing is not just sharing content anyhow. No, the power of content marketing is the strategic nature of the content that you're sharing. Right? So that is why if you're serious about running a business, you should have a website that has a blog. Because under the blog, you can start writing content around the questions that people ask online. Let me say, let somebody here, you are here right now. I want to give another example. You're here right now and your business is, please, you guys comment your businesses on the comment section. If you run a business, please comment the name of your business in the comment section. Comment the name of your business, the location, and the number that somebody can contact you. You may have a customer in the comment section. I want to use one of the examples and do that. The more business names I have and I know what they do, I can give more practical examples. Go ahead. Comment your business name, what you do in your business, where you're located, and your business number. Somebody can contact you and buy your service, right? Now, let us say that somebody is following this and you run a digital marketing agency, right? A digital marketing agency. All right, let me use natural skincare in Scotland. That's not a business name. That a business name is too general. It's like an industry. It's too general. What's the name of your business? Is it Ariana Skincare? Okay, I see the name there is Ariana Skincare. Now let us assume that Ariana, her business name is Ariana Skincare, and the core of her business is natural skincare, and she's targeting Europeans and she's based in Scotland, right? Now, if she wants to use content marketing, she can start creating written content and video content. Let me start written content. She can start creating written content that she can post on Facebook, LinkedIn, and her blog on website. Under her blog post, she can start, maybe people go on YouTube and they type things like, what is natural skincare? Right? Those are questions people ask. So Ariana now can create written content and video content where she can post on YouTube, and the title of that content is, what is natural skincare? Because she needs to use the keywords that people use on search engines like Google, right? There's even a platform, I'm forgetting that platform, where you can go there and you see the keywords and the key things that people are searching for in your industry. So when you create content, you don't just write any kind of thing. No, you don't just shoot videos on any kind of things. No, they need to be strategic in a way that it can magnet people to you and you convert them into paying customers. Right? Good. So that is content marketing as a tool. So you need to do that consistently. If it's for people who don't have the equipment to do videos and all of that, you can do writing. If you don't know how to write, go take a training. There are many people doing courses on copywriting, on how to write content for business. You need that. Copywriting is one of the most important skills if you are going to succeed in business. Okay, learn how to write. If you know how to read and you know how to write English words, you can train and become a business writer. That is why it's called a skill. Anything that is called a skill, any human being can learn it. The problem is some people are lazy and some people are hardworking. Okay. The next marketing stuff, I'm talking about this marketing for too long. It's almost 30 minutes of talking this. Marketing is very broad. I can teach marketing for months and I will never exhaust it. It's very broad because it's one of the core things as far as business is concerned, right? The next thing I want to talk about marketing is learn how to leverage mobile platforms. As long as people still have this thing in their hands, mobile phones, right? Anybody in marketing who can get information into the hands of people, mobile phones, that person will always be in business, right? So if you're in marketing, if you're in business, you need to start thinking strategically on how you can leverage on different mobile platforms to get information to people who hold their phones in their hands, right? This is where SMS come in, what they call mass SMSing. It still works. If you can find a way to legally, strategically collect phone numbers of people and be able to send them mass SMSs about their products, it's going to help you a lot, right? Another one that is new platforms are coming up and they're working on that is what you can call WhatsApp integration. There's a WhatsApp integrating platform where if you're in different WhatsApp groups, especially if you're an admin, I think you're the admin of those WhatsApp groups, you can copy some links from that WhatsApp group, put on that platform and send one message and it goes to everybody in that WhatsApp group. So you need to start thinking of buying tools like that. There are even some tools that you must not be the admin, but you can copy certain links from that WhatsApp group, whatever, put on that platform, and you can send one message to all the members of that WhatsApp group. You just need to find those tools, pay for them, and use them. But learn how to leverage, mobile platforms. Another thing is email marketing. Learn how to use email marketing. You can create good email content. You can gather emails of people from different sources and you send one email to thousands of people and they read your content, is valuable, and in that content you're selling a product or a service or an offer, right? You're able to do that. So again, I've been talking about marketing for almost 30 minutes, right? So marketing is broad. As I said earlier, you don't learn about marketing overnight. You need to do that on a consistent basis, but you need to understand some of these foundations that I have shared just now. Okay, good. And again, more special is next month, towards the end of this month actually, I am starting my 2 months business training where I'm training. It's called Mini MBA Program on business strategy and growth. And in that program, we teach marketing more deeper and more practical. Even in that program, we have something called 7 ways to market online in Cameroon and Africa. You learn 7 ways that you can market online in Cameroon and in Africa. And they work on many other marketing tactics that you can use to grow your business. If you're interested to enroll for that 2 months business training certified program, it's good for entrepreneurs, business owners, and those that are working in companies. You learn strategies that you can suggest in your companies and increase your companies. Okay, so you can send me an message inbox, or where you're watching this video from, you will see a number in the description. You can WhatsApp that number and somebody will attend to you. All right, Keep sharing, everybody. Thank you to those who are sharing. Let's continue to the next question that came in. Then the next question is from Linjo Impact. Linjo Impact. Linjo is asking, how do I rally courage to start a business? How do I rally courage to start a business? Who is here and is planning to start a business? Who is planning to start a business right now? If you're here and you have been thinking of starting a business, let me know. Type in the chat box. Type in the chat box. In the comment section, sorry. I say chat box as if I am on Zoom. If you have been thinking of starting a business, type in the chat box. In the comment section. How do I rally courage to start a business? Right? Good. Now, the first thing I will say is that in business, courage is one of the most powerful soft, whether skills or attitude, but it's so powerful. There is no way you can build an incredible business without courage. If you take away courage from the world's richest people, they will never be rich. It takes a lot of courage to end up successful in business. But this courage in business is not the same like, people, when you're going through something, somebody comes and tell you have courage. No, there is a way to build courage in business, and I'll teach you that. There is a way to build courage in business. And if you are going to run a profitable business or a profitable set of businesses, you need to have business courage. Without business courage, you are going to struggle. If you don't build that business courage, you are going to struggle. And funny enough, I spoke about courage in my book, Business Lessons from Drug Cartel Lords, one of my controversial books. Business Lessons from Drug Cartel Lords, right? If you are somebody who likes to watch drug cartel movies and documentaries, and I like to because I started being curious about these drug lords, and I'm like, why do these guys have so much money and they run illegal businesses, right? So I started doing research, and I discovered that these guys have a lot of knowledge about business that people can learn from them legally and practice and build their own businesses, right? And business courage is one of those things. So, Mr. Impact Linjo is asking, how can he rally the courage to start a business? There are some people that their problem is not the business idea. They have the business idea. They know what they want to do. They have the startup capital to start that business. But the problem is, I do not have the courage to start. They do not have the courage to start. So what do you do? How can you go about that? And I always say that you do not read about courage and become courageous. You don't read. You can be informed about courage, but for you to really build and become courageous, you need to do. It is the doing that builds courage. Show me somebody who is very courageous. One of the things that you find in the life of that person is failure. That person has failed until they have experience in failing. And one of the blessings of going through failure after failure is you develop this asset known as courage. So What steps? I have coached a lot of people who come to me who want to start businesses, or my clients that want to go big. You know, if you're doing a business and maybe the capital of that business is 10 million francs, or the rotating capital is 10 million francs every month, and you're thinking of scaling that business to 100 million, and maybe you need a loan from a bank of 50 million. It takes courage to scale. It takes courage to move your business from 10 million francs to 100 million francs, and it takes courage from 100 million to a billion. Without courage, you cannot do that, right? So, if you are going to grow in courage, this is one of the frameworks I recommend that we can follow to grow in courage, right? If you're thinking of starting a business and you're worried, number one is take stock. Take stock of your skills, your resources. Courage comes from somewhere. The will to start is always financed or enhanced or enabled by a couple of things. And one of those things is your skills and your resources. Somebody who does not have the right skills to make a business work and the right resources will always be full of fear instead of courage. So if you're here and you're thinking of starting a business and you don't have the courage to start, take stock of yourself. What are the skills that I need to make this business work? Then, what are the skills I have that are on the list of these skills? For example, if you are thinking of starting a business in digital marketing where you help small businesses market their businesses online, you can do that. You can start by listing what are the top skills that a good digital marketing agency must have. When you do that, you now do a self-analysis. Out of these skills, which ones do I have? If you see a gap, you take steps to acquire those skills. Same for resources. You cannot be broke. You cannot, broke people have little courage. But people who have a lot of resources can have a lot of courage because they have the money that they can finance their actions. So it comes with courage. Of course, there are people who are still broke and they have a lot of courage, but their courage becomes like nuisance, right? But if you have the resources, it helps to enable your courage. So that's the first thing you can do. The second thing you can do is validate your idea. If you are thinking of starting a business and you don't have the courage to start, one of the things that you need to do is do what I call idea validation. Idea validation is actually a course. Idea validation is a separate course that I teach in my 2-month program. And people have gone through that course until people come to the program with business ideas of what they want to start. And when they finish that program, they're like, you know what, I'm not ready to start this business. Because when they go through the idea validation process, it screens the idea and show you whether this idea will work or it will fail. You understand? Good. So, the second is idea validation. There's no way you can have the courage to start a business if you have not validated the idea. What is the use of idea validation? Do you know, if you are thinking of starting a business and you have this game in your mind, will it work? It will not work. Will it work? It will not work. Will it work? It will not work. Anybody going through that battle when starting a business, you have missed the piece known as idea validation. Idea validation will clearly show you, you see this idea is going to work because of this, 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 and this. But there are lapses here. If you correct these lapses, you are going to succeed in this idea. You know, at some point, business is very predictable. Of course, we know the role of external threat. For those who have done the SWOT analysis, right? In every environment, there are always external threats. There are things that can happen beyond your control. But apart from that, there are things within your control as a business person that you need to understand. That's why I always say that you cannot build a great business from the place of guesswork. You can run a business for 20 years and you can never make £1,000,000 every month for 20 years. Not because that business cannot become big, but because the quality of your knowledge cannot grow that business to be a multi-million business. Right? So, if you're lacking the will and the courage to start a business, one of the things that may be causing that is you have not done idea validation. Take time to validate your business. The third point is build a support network. Build a support network. It is easy to be discouraged when you don't have supportive people around you. I always fondly say that, what is a businessman doing having friends who are civil servants or workers? It doesn't make sense. If you're into business, you have friends who be business people. Because business people will understand the business problems you're going through and they will encourage you. That's why, as an entrepreneur, if you can be part of a hub, you can be part of an accelerator, you can be part of an incubator, you can be part of an entrepreneurship training center, you can be part of the various networks that I run that have entrepreneurs here and there, it's going to help you. Because you have people who will understand you. If you come and say a landlord is kicking you out of your business place, they will understand you. And they will even share how they overcame that particular challenge when it was their time. They will share knowledge, they will share opportunities, they will share ideas. You see people doing things and it will encourage you to say, look, I know right now it's difficult for me, but I need to keep going. I need to keep learning. I need to keep improving. If this person can do it, then it means I have the possibility of doing it. You understand? So build a support network. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire business confidence. I'm very critical about that. Surround yourself with people who inspire business confidence. There are some people that inspire job-seeking confidence, which is good. In the society, there are business builders, business founders, and there are employees, team members. If you know that your job is to build businesses and to start up businesses, and you know that that's the part you want to do, not because you're starting with a business because you want to compare with another person. No, you're starting up a business because you know that this is the path you want to take for the rest of your life. You need to surround yourself with people who inspire business confidence. The fourth thing that you can do if you're thinking of starting a business and the courage is not there is plan and prepare. Plan and prepare. Yes, proper planning is very important. Proper preparation is very important. And in a typical business, there are two main ways to plan for your business. Write a business plan and a business model. Write a business plan. In a business plan, a good business plan will challenge you to write the vision of that business. It will challenge you to write the mission of that business. It will challenge you to write the goals of that business. It will challenge you to write the financial projections of that business. A business plan will challenge you to write the marketing strategies of that business. When you begin to write a business plan, it's going to help you to see things. Never imagine a business and start. During business documentation, like writing a business plan and developing a business model, you get to remember a lot of things that you were missing. Right? Therefore, when you write a business plan, write a business model canvas. What is a business model canvas? A business model canvas is a framework that shows you the various things that you can do to make money in your business. And we also teach this in our 2 months business strategy and growth program, right? We also have a product launch framework where we give you a framework to help you, show you how to things that you can do to launch your product, right? Good. So do that. The fifth thing I will share on this, and then I run up with this particular topic, is lean startup. Start in a lean way. Start small and iterate. Start small and iterate. You don't have to have everything perfect before you start. No. In starting a business, there will never be a perfect time, perfect money, perfect product. You will always start imperfect. Show me somebody who started a business perfect. I will show you somebody who started late. Stop waiting for perfection. No entrepreneur starts perfect. From the Bill Gates to the Elon Musk, the Facebook, go and read their stories. In 2018, I took a big part of that year and I was studying the biography of 200 top billionaires and how they started their companies. None of them started perfect. None. None of them started perfect. Bill Gates started in a garage. Elon Musk started in a dorm room somewhere. Facebook guy, Mark Zuckerberg, the same thing. Nobody started perfect. Go to Dangote, go to Tony Elumelu, go to Strive Masiyiwa, these African billionaires. Go and read their stories. All of them started imperfect and they perfected later. If you are truly convicted about your idea and you know that that idea is what you want to do and you want to stake your life on it and sweat it out, start with what is available and then improve in the process, iterate in the process, right? So begin with a small goal, manageable goal. Scale up your business as you gain more experience, more competence, and more confidence. Let me say that again. Start small, then scale up your business when you have gained more experience, more competence, and more confidence. That is why I always like to say, I don't encourage people to take a loan and start a business. I always say you don't need external money to start a business. You need external money to grow a business. I don't trust anybody who says, oh, I have an idea, but I don't have money to start. Go find a way to start. If you are truly an entrepreneur, you will figure it out. Entrepreneurs take initiative. Anybody with an entrepreneurial mindset will figure it out and find a way to start. If your only excuse is, I have an idea and I don't have money to start, then you have not even developed the entrepreneurial attitude and mindset that you can figure out ways to get that idea off the ground imperfectly, not perfect, in an imperfect way. Investors who trust an imperfect idea than a perfect idea. An imperfect idea that is on ground than a perfect idea on paper. Let me say that again. Investors will trust an imperfect idea that you have started already and you are failing than a perfect business plan. So go start. So you need external money to scale the business. Why? Because at the scaling stage, you're scaling when you already have more experience, more competence, and more confidence. It makes it easier for you to scale. Deal? Deal. All right. So that is it for that question that Impact Lanjo asked. How do I rally the courage to start a business? So I hope that the people who are following this program right now and they had ideas and they did not know and they were also looking for the courage to start, you go and start that idea after this. And if you're looking for a business program that you can attend just for 2 months, that will give you the practical insights of various business strategies, practical frameworks, all of that, send me an inbox. We are currently admitting entrepreneurs and business people for the 11th batch of our 2-month business training program, the mini MBA program, certified by the partner institution in the United States. All right, the last question for today, and then the live session will be over. This question is from Stanley Nyensha. Stanley Nyensha. He asks a very intelligent question. How can a startup in Africa brand their products and services for global commercialization? Very interesting question. How can a startup in Africa, in Cameroon, in Nigeria, in Kenya, wherever you're following this from in Africa, how can a startup in our beautiful Mother Africa brand their products and services for global commercialization? All right. This is a very broad question, super broad. Like maybe the response I can give is super broad, dangerously broad. This is a question that we can do a question and answer session for the whole day, and we may not explore, because the process of leaving Cameroon with a product and globally commercializing it across all the continents, first of all, it doesn't happen overnight. It can take you 40 years to achieve this. It can take you 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, and it also depends on the industry you are playing in. To do mass globalization, commercialization globally with a health product can be more difficult than global commercialization with a digital product. You get a difference? So, but even though no matter where you are, which industry that you are in, it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of skill. Am I saying it's difficult? It's not. It's not difficult. It's not possible, but there will be challenges. But every single challenge in business has a solution. Every business person can solve any challenge that comes his or her way, right? So, what are my thoughts? How can a startup in Cameroon, Africa, brand their products for global commercialization? Number one is, let me say, be universal with your value proposition. If your target is globalization, of course, global commercialization, be universal with your value proposition. Now, what does that mean? It means that when you are creating your value proposition, be conscious that you are not just creating something that will be consumed only locally. You are creating something that will be consumed across the world. Therefore, you need to make sure that the value is universal. There are some things that people are doing as businesses that they can only sell in Africa, they can only sell in Cameroon. They cannot sell in Canada or in the United States or in Europe or in the Middle East. Because if they bring that value to the Middle East, it will not be able to compete. The excellence, let's start from the basics, the excellence of that value will not be able to compete in a more developed economy. So, if you're thinking of going mass globalization and commercialization, you need to make sure that your value proposition, the uniqueness of whatever you're building, has a universal appeal or can be easily adopted in various markets. And this may require a lot of research and development, because you will need to research the various global cities and global markets to understand what will work in that market and make sure that your unique value proposition will easily be adopted in that particular market. right? And it takes teams. That's why you hear, let's say for example, Google will have the head of Google for Middle East, the head of Google for Africa, the head of Google for this, Europe, and all of that. Those are people that head teams that do all of these things I'm telling you about, right? Number two, if you're thinking of branding your startup for global commercialization, you need to start thinking how to standardize your brand elements. Let me say like that. How to make your brand elements so standard. For example, if you're designing your logo, don't design your logo for your village people. Don't design your logo based on what your friends and family members will like, or what your community people will like. No. Standardize your branding elements like your logo, your brand name, and colors and everything in a way that the brand elements can be recognized universally. Right? So make sure your brand name, your logo, and every other aesthetic are universally recognizable in any country, if you're thinking that way. So, and having consistency in your brand element across different platforms, across different regions, will help to establish that global brand identity, right? So if the logo is blue in Cameroon, let the logo be blue in Singapore. Let the logo be blue in China. Let the logo be blue in Jamaica. Let the logo be blue in Scotland, wherever. Standardize your brand elements. Number three is, which is one of the most fastest, easy, effective ways if you want to brand whatever you're building and commercialize it globally. Optimize your digital presence. Optimize your digital presence. Make your for example, make your website very accessible and appealing to the global audience. Make your social media channels, your Facebook, your Instagram, your X, formerly called Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever, to be universally appealing. You cannot talk about global commercialization if your digital footprint does not represent that global commercialization, right? The fourth thing I can talk about is start thinking of global partnerships and collaboration. One of the fastest ways to go global is to partner with those who have already gone global. And for this to work, you must be so valuable that they can see your partnership as an asset. There are many people who are seeking for partnerships. Meanwhile, they have nothing to offer to the partner. Without you, the partner will still do well. You're adding nothing to the table. Partners who have gone ahead need partners who can help them do more, even if you're a smaller partner. But what uniqueness, what asset, what are you bringing that will push them forward? There are many people looking for partnerships that without you, that partner will still succeed and do better than you. So, if you're thinking of going global, you need to think global partnerships and collaboration. And for you to do that, you need to make sure that you have grown the value you're bringing, the asset, whatever you have to bring to the table is very, very exceptional. Right? So, form strategic alliances with businesses, organizations, and individuals that have a global reach. And make sure that when you're asking for partnership, you're reaching out for partnership. Don't reach out with a pity, a beg mentality. Maybe a beg. No, don't use a beg mentality. Reach out partner to partner. I want us to partner. These are my objectives. And this is what you will get from me when I deliver my responsibilities. Partnerships are mutual, transparent, and everybody knows their roles, responsibilities and benefits, and the agreement is signed. Lastly, about global commercialization, one thing that you have to get right if you're truly going to go global to commercialize is understand intellectual property, IP protection. Intellectual property. Before entering new markets, ensure that your intellectual property, such as your trademarks, your patents, your copyrights, are registered and protected in those regions. Why? There are some people doing things in Cameroon and Africa that if you enter the United States with that idea and you have not trademarked the idea, you have not patented the idea, I give you 2 weeks. Somebody will pick the idea, register it, trademark it, and commercialize it before you. Before you wake up, it's no longer your idea. Go to any court. The court recognizes the first person to patent that idea. I wrote an article in a PDF form and I shared on my page. And I was sharing about the 2 key factors that can lead to long-lasting competitive advantage. Competitive advantage is the edge that a business has over other businesses. If you want to have long-lasting competitive advantage, one of the things you must have is pattern your ideas, pattern your business, pattern whatever that has to do with your business in a way that you make it hard for people to replicate you. Because when they want to replicate that, they will need your permission and you can refuse. Or you can franchise it and you make money, whatever, right? So if you're thinking of going global with whatever you're building, also have that in mind. All right, everybody, that is it for today's live session. I hope that you picked a couple of stuff that you can implement in your career, in your business, that will lead to some incredible success in whatever that you do. For those who are interested, again, we are rounding up the admission for the 2 months. These things I have taught here, you'll get them deeper when you spend 2 months with me and I begin to teach you the inside and the inside and the inside of business. You can register for that program. Send me a message inbox, or wherever you're following this, you'll see a number on the description. Please WhatsApp that number and we will get in touch with you and get you admitted with the few spots left for this program. Okay, right, have a great day, have a great weekend. Hopefully we'll have another live session for me to answer 3 other questions on Tuesday, hopefully, as my schedule permits. Have a great time and God bless you.